I think this kid's for real. Then we have one of the Brazilian legends in Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, facing off against Brendan Schaub, the hybrid up-and-coming fighter, on a real good path in his career. And this is the young against the old, another one of these situations where you have an established veteran with tons of experience meeting up against an up-and-comer, a youngster who is looking to make that next step. And we'll see if Nogueira is going to be that stepping stone. He already has been for Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez, and I'm not too sure if Brendan Schaub has that type of crisp boxing that can get to Nogueira. I do think Nogueira is getting up there in age, but I think he has one more in him, and I think he wants to do it in Brazil, and I don't think he wants to be a stepping stone for anybody. So I'm picking him to take out Schaub. By decision. He's going to hang in there, and he's going to hang tough. He's going to take the fight to this kid, and I'm just picking Nogueira on that one. The next one, we have a rematch with Shogun Rua. Mauricio came to the UFC, and in his debut, he faced Forrest Griffin and was very, very surprisingly submitted. He was a rusty fighter at that time. He didn't look himself. He's had many fights since then, and this is his next go, trying to get that revenge against Forrest Griffin. Forrest himself has been inactive for a while. This is a little bit of a comeback fight for him, and this one is a very close one to call. But I see Shogun again because it's in Brazil. This is something that they've been waiting for a long time. I think he's going to come out and demonstrate his dominance. He's going to use his Muay Thai to really come at Forrest and really avenge that loss. And I see Shogun taking this fight to make it a 1-1 draw with possibly a rubber match. I just don't see that Forrest has been active enough. Shogun's been off as well with his own spate of injuries, but I do think that Mauricio Shogun Rua is going to take out Forrest Griffin in this one, and I don't think it's going to be a decision. Getting to the headline fight, you have the incomparable Anderson Silva, again, Brazilian headliner, probably one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world, coming off a beautiful front kick victory over Vitor Belfort, and he's going up against Yushin Okami. Now, Yushin Okami, he is the best Japanese fighter ever, in my opinion. A lot of times Japanese fighters, when they come over here, they don't do too well. Take a look at Yoshihiro Akiyama. Take a look at different fighters in the past. They just come over here and they can't seem to match up Takanori Gomi. Japanese fighters are a little bit intimidated by the Western fighters at times, but Okami is a great, big, strong fighter who has shown that he isn't scared and he is willing to come over here and hang with the best. Best Japanese fighter of all time, yes. Does he have a chance against Anderson Silva? No, I don't think he does. I think Anderson has too many ways to end this fight, either by knocking him out or by submitting him. And if Okami does win this fight, I fear it's going to be probably one of the most boring fights of all time. So, picking Anderson Silva by KO. I'm not too sure how quick it's going to come, but I just don't see Okami, doing much there. So that is that. Yushin Okami is going to be taken out by Anderson Silva. What else is new? Silva's going to win again. Last thing I want to do on this tape is just talk about UFC 140 coming up in Toronto. I'm in Toronto. I live here. And everyone's wondering what that card is going to be like. I have heard a few things. It was reported on MMACanada.net with Charles Rock that there is a fight already scheduled for that fight. It's not a big for that card. It's not a big fight. It's a Canadian Mitch Clark, undefeated Edmonton Fighter of the Year last year. It is said that he's been secured a fight on that card against Strikeforce veteran John Cholish. It's been reported on MMA Canada. That's probably the first fight on the card, first fight of the night. There's been other rumors of Alistair Overeem signing and being set up on that card. Nothing confirmed yet. There's been rumors of Brock Lesnar being healthy and fighting over him on that card. That one I don't think is going to happen because I just don't think Brock is healthy enough. I think he's going to run into January before he really gets healthy and fully trained for his next fight. So I don't think it's going to be Brock, but I think there's a possibility that we could see Frank Mir. Not sure if it's going to be over him. There's a possibility we could see Shane Carwin, although he is still recovering from injuries he suffered against Junior Dos Santos in June. I have also heard that it's almost 100% that one of our faves, Mark Hominick, is going to be on that card. And it is rumored still that it's going to be the Korean Zombie that he faces. And I'd love to see that fight, love for it to be on that card. Again, just a rumor at this point, nothing confirmed. And also heard another rumor regarding Adrenaline. And as mentioned before, Chris Hordeski has a fight lined up in September against Brad Cardinal. And if rumor has it, if he wins that fight, and he is okay and he's in shape, that he will be signed up for that UFC 140 card as well. And that, to me, is something that I'm very excited about for Chris. If Chris wins his next fight in September, that he goes in December, goes right on that card into the UFC, which is where I think Chris belongs. And, I know he's not in a rush to get there. He's a young guy. Again, he's going through some things right now, some losses, but he's a tough cat, and I can't wait to see him in the UFC fighting the best that there is, because I believe that Chris belongs there. So those are just some of the things for 140. Thank you very much for watching. If you are watching episode number 1, the MMA Tap, Dwight Wakabayashi, and we'll see you again for all our MMA news in the future. Cheers, everybody.